to another car review. Today we're talking about this 2014 Jeep Patriot. Continuing with our off-road theme, we're going through yet another off-road vehicle. Here we have the car's owner, Jase.
Hello.
All right, so we start around the back of the Jeep. So Jase, I see your custom sticker on the back.
Yeah.
So you made that yourself, right?
I did.
Okay. So yeah, as you can tell by the sticker, this is actually a stick shift Jeep. Very rare to see a Jeep Patriot in stick shift, and it's a 5-speed, even more unique. Continuing again with our 5 speeds, this is the third one I've driven. So make sure you follow Jase on Designs by Jase on Instagram for all of her stuff. All of that. So we also have the aftermarket towing hitch back here, which apparently is rated for 1,000 pounds. Right? That's probably good for bike rides and stuff. Mm-hmm. So we open up that. Do you have a second hatch on here, or is it the whole thing that opens?
It's just the whole thing. It's not like a Wrangler.
Gotcha. But yeah, pretty cool. Plenty of space. You can fit a lot of people back there. And did the seats fold down, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
You can fold it down. You can fit a whole bunch of stuff.
There is this little tiny latch right here. If you pull that, it's on this one and it's on the other side. The seats will come down. I can demonstrate. And then I have order.
Now this is pretty cool though. You have like hooks in here you can store stuff. Mm-hmm. Little cutouts for areas. That's cool.
Oh.
You got like a...
Alan also said, there we go. It's a flashlight.
Is that official Jeep flashlight?
I think so.
Cool. It comes with the car. Comes with the car. Limited edition. I'm sure when these are being auctioned off, you will have to check to make sure the Jeep flashlight is in fact there. And really cool, the gas cap is actually on the side of the driver, which is really nice and for some reason really rare. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to pop this open. Some Chryslers you have to hit a button to pop it open. You have the Patriot badge. It's a Patriot Sport, right? You were saying earlier?
Yes.
So do you know what that gives you above a normal Patriot?
No idea.
Okay, I don't either.
With the Latitude, which is the highest one, because I am the second tier.
Okay, second highest trim.
Yeah, so the Latitude, which is the highest, is has like a little bit better interior. I believe it's leather, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's leather interior. So cool. I don't really like leather, so I'm glad it doesn't have
I agree as well. I like my
the one option it is missing that kind of sucks is the Latitude you can give Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have Bluetooth?
But we're thinking of installing a radio anyway.
Do you know, do these back windows open?
No.
No? I didn't know you had to pop out of the window.
No, sadly, it's not a minivan.
True. It's nicely tinted though, at least in the back windows.
Did you know that my car is a wagon?
Is that what it's?
It's a Jeep wagon.
Oh, it's classified as?
Yes.
That's cool. I love wagons. Well, that just makes it so much cooler. And I think our time has now come to look at the engine. And to do so, we have to lift up the heaviest hood in the world. So, if we open this up, I know you all can't feel how heavy this is, but this is without a doubt the heaviest hood I've lifted up. But it's a Jeep. I feel like it kind of should be. We have our normal latch. Mine's yellow too on my Dart. It's pretty cool. But yeah, here to talk about our engine, of course, we have our local mechanic, the expert, to tell us some of the specifications.
Specifications?
Yes.
Well, what do you want to know, my good?
Well, I know this is a 2.4 liter, which is the same displacement as my Dart engine, but what separates it? What's different?
So this engine is the first generation of your engine. They call it the World engine. And basically, this has 2 camshafts, whereas the one in Eric's engine, the Tiger Shark, has just 1 camshaft. So this has dual variable valve timing, so you can advance or retard the camshafts based on oil pressure and like RPM and those kind of requirements and stuff.
Cool.
So it helps with fuel economy, it helps with performance. This engine made 170 some odd horsepower and like 165 pound-feet of torque. So adequate amount of power. And then paired with the 5-speed, I think I read online that it would do a 17.2 in the quarter mile.
It's got that all-wheel drive.
So yeah, it does have 4-wheel drive, which is actually a super rare combination to get. The 2.4 with the manual and 4-wheel drive is a pretty big deal. Because normally you could only get the manual with like a 2-liter and 2-wheel drive or something like that. So the fact that this is also a 4-wheel drive, it makes it even more rare and like kind of a unicorn.
That's just so lame to have not a four-wheel drive Jeep. I'm glad that this is four-wheel
Yeah,
drive.
so there were 3 different engine options. There was a diesel that you could get overseas.
A diesel.
And then you could
Oh,
get,
they sold these overseas?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Then you could get a 2-liter VVT, which is basically the same engine, but it was wasn't poured out as much. And then you could get the 2.4 liter, which made more power. With the 2-liter, you could not get 4-wheel drive.
Wow. Okay.
So she got the 2.4 and somehow wound up with 4-wheel drive and a stick. The manual
What a steal.
is a 5-speed. It was built in Canada. But the weird thing about it is filled with automatic transmission fluid. That's what it uses for lubricating.
Okay.
So kind of interesting. I don't know why they decided that
That's just
the
how
manual
Chrysler
needed
does
automatic
things.
transmission fluid, but it was cost-cutting times. So that was how they decided to do it.
Cool. I mean, you got plenty of room in here.
Yeah.
Like, it's not jam-packed.
And, you know, being a Chrysler tech, I can tell you that these engines are pretty bulletproof.
Wow. Okay.
Don't make a lot of horsepower. I think some of the slowest cars I've driven had engines of this design. Mostly the 2-liter, not the 2.4. The 2.4 is like somewhat punchy. But and, you know, they're in bigger cars like the Journey and the Compass, and the Patriot, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But pretty reliable as long as you don't overheat them. It's aluminum block, aluminum head. If you overheat them, they warp.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
But so I mean, as long as you don't overheat it, you're good. Fun fact about the engine: most engines have just one thermostat. This engine has 2.
Why does it have 2?
I have no idea. It's just a weird thing that Chrysler decided to do to help it get up to operating temperature faster and to section off different parts of the cooling system so you can get good heat in the cabin and stuff like that. So, only
more
car
you know.
I've ever worked on that has had 2 thermostats in the cooling system.
Yet another rare option. That was our section with the local mechanic. See, if you look at the front, you can of course see the signature Jeep grill on here, and you have fog lights, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another good option.
I'm assuming, yeah, that comes with the sport model, maybe. All right, let's take a look at the interior. You join me in the back seat of the Jeep, where it's actually quite roomy. You have a lot of headroom, obviously with the boxy design, and I have plenty of space. Although this is in the Jase seating position, I don't know how it'll turn out when I'm driving. But we have cushy seats. Like Jase said, they are cloth, which I am also a fan of. I think that leather seats are sticky and they make you sweat when it's hot, but I like cloth seats. And yeah, that's about all we have to say back here. Cool speaker covers. But let's move on to the front. All right, so you join us in the front seat with our driver, Jason. She's going to tell you about the history of this very unique steering wheel.
So, I love fluffy steering wheels. My cousin had one in her truck, and she actually had a column one too, a fluffy for the column and a fluffy for the steering wheel, and I absolutely loved it. So we went to AutoZone one day, and I saw this, and I was like, I need to have this because this is me, and it matches with the exterior of my car, so it's all good.
Oh, it does actually. It's the
Yes,
same color.
that's why I like it.
Let's take it for a drive. Okay, here we go. First time driving the Jeep. This is only the second Jeep I've ever driven. So this has, Alan, are these the same gauges as in the Wrangler?
Yes.
Okay, I thought they looked familiar. So first reactions, the clutch is actually similar to how it is in my Dart.
Yeah.
It's just a Chrysler clutch, I guess. And the steering wheel feels very large. I don't know if that's due to the cover or it's just a big steering wheel.
No, it actually is a
It's just
thicker
a-
diameter, like
Okay.
well around. Because I
Should've
know
seen
when
us
I go
trying
to
to get
drive.
that thing on.
Shift's nice though. I like it. And the shifter's in a good spot. It's kind of cool how it is like right up here.
Yeah, the shifter is actually a lightning bolt, it looks like.
Oh, okay. And even though this car isn't all that high up, you actually sit really high up so you can see over people.
Yeah, one of the bigger complaints that Consumer Reports had with this car was the driving position.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really feel that that was a big issue.
Yeah, no.
You kind of feel like you sit far back from the front of the car, but at the same time, like, the hood doesn't impede your view or anything. You kind of just feel like you're driving a tank. So it overcomes the fact that it's a four-cylinder.
And again, it is really cool that it's stick shift. Apparently that's really rare, especially with four-wheel drive. That's neat. It's cool to have. We got all our climate control buttons down there. If you watch my latest video, you can see why knobs are so great, and this car has lots of them. You have all your essential stuff. You got your fan speed, your temperature, and your fan direction. And your volume knob. That's all you need.
So Jase,
Yes.
why don't you talk about the drive modes?
We have drive modes?
Yes.
Oh, do tell.
What are my drive modes?
Oh gosh. Alright, so
Please
this
explain.
vehicle has 4 drive modes.
Really?
If you get a lookup on the screen in your cluster, Eric, you
beneath
see
the
a
RPMs.
symbol that says 4WD.
Yes.
You're currently in 4-wheel drive lock.
Cool.
So no matter where we go, no matter what speed, no matter what RPM, we have 4-wheel drive.
You can go off-roading.
If you flip the switch that is in the center console,
Oh, there's one in there? Interesting.
It's right
Oh,
here.
over there. I
you
see.
flip that switch up,
Mm-hmm.
you will go into 2-wheel drive mode.
I want to do that.
Yes. Now you're in 2-wheel drive mode.
Aha.
It will only engage 4-wheel drive. It looks at the wheel speed sensors and detects a slippage of the wheels.
Oh, so it still will put you in four-wheel
So
drive.
it will put you in 4-wheel drive, but only if necessary.
I see.
So it is no longer locked into 4-wheel drive.
Okay.
So they call it Freedom Drive 1.
Ooh, Freedom Drive.
Yes.
I'm feeling very free while I'm
Yes,
driving.
that is a Jeep thing.
So we're in front-wheel drive now, right?
So we are in front-wheel drive mode.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, because it's raining, it might be doing 4-wheel, but we wouldn't.
Right.
We wouldn't.
If I were to drop the clutch, it would engage all the wheels.
Exactly. So that if you know it's going into 4-wheel drive mode if the traction control light comes on or something like that.
Okay.
Which we do have a traction control off button.
If I were to turn off traction control, would it still engage four-wheel drive if I was slipping?
No.
Okay. So you can just spin the front wheels?
Yes.
Do I have to be stopped to put it back in four-wheel drive?
Nope. At any speed, you can just flip that switch and it'll lock it back into 4-wheel.
Oh, that's really cool, actually.
Yep.
So I can push it up? Yeah, four-wheel drive.
Goes right back into 4-wheel.
Nice. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, and you don't have to be at neutral or anything. You can just literally be driving and flick it up.
That's cool.
And that is because this vehicle does not have what you would normally call a transfer case. A lot of rear-wheel drive vehicles have what's called a transfer case, where the power goes from the engine to the transmission to the transfer case, and the transfer case splits the power between the front and rear wheels.
Right.
This has what's called a power transfer unit, because this is a front-wheel drive car. So it's normally front-wheel drive, and then the PTU, power transfer unit, will then transfer some of the power to the rear wheel.
This is why we bring our local mechanic with us.
Yes. The cool thing about this car is that even though we don't have Bluetooth, we do have an aux cord.
Nice.
We do have one, which I'm very upset about this, 12 volt, what are they called?
Chargers.
Chargers? Yeah, an
Outlet.
outlet. Yeah, so 12 volt outlet. There's none in here, there's none under there, which very upsets me because in most cars there are, but we did get a dual charger, which is amazing. And on my front dash there is a thing that actually charges my phone while I can put directions on or anything like that.
So what are these buttons you have on the steering wheel? I'm assuming this is your cruise control, right?
Yes.
Okay, those are the same buttons I actually have. You know what the set and reset is over here? Is that for
The setup is that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then the resets to reset anything.
Gotcha.
Jeep had that cluster, and they were like, okay, so you're going to be able to use this little stick in the cluster, and that's what's going to allow you to go through mileage and trip odometer and temperature. And then they came out with new technology, and they put buttons on the steering wheel, and they were like, cool, you're going to be able to do it from the steering wheel now. And then they just never took
They just never took the button away.
Yeah.
That's funny.
My little winch on my car. And then,
Oh, nice. You got the spray too.
yes. I am very proud of that. I like that a lot.
I find a lot of times in vehicles, you don't normally look up. But if you look up in this vehicle, you will see it has cutouts in the headliner in case you have a very large head.
And the light doesn't actually like click either, which is annoying.
This is now a Stellantis product.
Oops.
Jase has put 10,000 miles on this particular unit and has managed
Okay.
not to destroy it yet.
Nice. That's a good accomplishment.
Yes.
How's the handling, Eric?
Definitely some body roll. it is
Oh,
a thing. But I mean, it's a heavy, high-up vehicle, so it's what you're gonna expect. Yeah. So, what are some of your plans in the future for this car? What are you planning to do with it?
Well, we're planning on doing the 2-inch lift. I plan on also putting Angras on my car because I think that would look so cool.
Like on the headlights?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then
either get seat covers, like teal seat covers, because as you can tell, the color of everything is teal, like anything that lights up. Even the cup holders, there's a ring around each cup holder and it lights up teal.
Oh, cool.
So if you were to put the lights on, you can actually see it. So we're planning on putting like teal lights underneath and for like an underglow inside the car. And then Alan wants to go to a junkyard because this car we think used to be a fleet car. So they used to put down the back seats like we showed earlier. And then, you know, we assumed that things started scratching the back of the two front seats and stuff, so he's planning on going to see if he can get 2 of the back covers and replace them. And if we can't do that, then we're planning on getting teal seat covers.
Not to mention it's on pizza cutter tires right now.
Yeah. We're also planning on getting a little bit fatter tires.
They are 215, 65, 17s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
One more really cool quirk about this car is that you only need to hit the lock button once and it locks the whole car.
That's nice. When you unlock it, is it all the doors or just the...
No, it's just the one. You have to hit
To
that
double
button
click it.
twice, yeah. But once it's locked.
That's neat. All right, well, that concludes our Jeep video, some more off-roading cars, and of course, another 5-speed. Need to see a very rare 5-speed, 4-wheel drive, 2.4-liter Jeep. Thanks to Jase for letting me drive it, and stay tuned for the next video. See you guys. Nice. Oh yeah, Alan's waiting.
Alright, now what?
On the back. Alan, you're not in the video. What's that? Is it in a normal spot?
Yeah.
Is it not over here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Take 2.
I don't want to go through this.
Features.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. I know, I'm just lowering the window. Yes.
License and registration, please.
What? No. So if I turn traction control off, will it still enable 4-wheel drive if I'm still features? Okay.
Alan.
Good answer. Huh?
To review the Stellantis product. Subscribe to you.
Exactly.
And if you're watching this, make sure you say happy birthday to Jason.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes.
We'll sit down.